Hey everyone, this is Pat, the DM for Grand Quest, otherwise known as Storyweaver. Grand Quest is a darker adventure set in D&D 5e homebrew setting.
Hi, I'm Kelly. I voice Syphina, the grave domain cleric of Tenelith, the goddess of life and death.
Hi everybody, my name is Isaac, and I voice Sif, your favorite four-legged friend, a man trapped in a wolf's body for a crime he committed.
Hi everyone, I'm Matthew. I am the voice of Trevor Corrales, the Oath of Vengeance paladin who is trying to get some answers and discover the truth about his family losing their noble title.
Hey everybody, I'm Mithril. I play Kane, the Dampier Gloomstalker Ranger. He's currently on this quest trying to become a hero in this land.
Hey everybody, my name is Bridger. I will be playing Oscar, a wild druid with memory loss.
And without further ado, let's get to the story.
You find yourselves stumbling through a gateway, a almost random doorway that popped out of nowhere, but you didn't have time to really question it as a bright flash of light hits all of you, blinding you. The light fades slowly as you find yourselves in a large hall that seems to endlessly loop. There is a single individual staring out of one of the windows, looking as stoically as possible. This is a rather average height man with short, shaggy white hair, wearing strange armor, but he seems to be staring silently. It's clear he's noticed you, but he's still staring stoically out.
If this is heaven, this is a shitty afterlife.
He takes that moment to spin around. No, my dear friend, this is not heaven. This is my hell. And welcome to it. He
Specifically your hell?
Well,
what is this place?
Really hell?
Who are you?
Well, I am the god of travel. I'm the traveler. Unwanting the title still, but, you know. I am the one who saved you. Took a lot of power thanks to, looks to Syphina, thanks to you and your friend. Good to see you again, Tenelith.
Excuse me?
I was speaking
I'm sorry, can we back up?
Yeah, Trevor looks at Syphina and he goes, I'm sorry, fucking what?
Little baby steps, how about that?
Okay. I am a deity of travel.
Mm-hmm.
I help those who lost their way to find new ways and help people discover what they're meant to do.
Okay, let's get past this and maybe go to the 10.
Okay, do you want baby steps or do you want normal steps? Okay, you gotta make that decision.
Honestly, I don't blame you for that.
I haven't talked to a normal person in a very long time.
I mean, can you
I don't
blame
think
them?
we classify as normal.
Oh, you do. Because the only other thing I've ever talked to is a creepy little thing. So, as you say this, suddenly another door opens up as the traveler looks noticeably surprised. Excuse me, am I just allowed guests now in my prison? As stepping through is, if you want to explain your character, Yone.
Sure. Out walks a shorter, wet, sort of basically just appears as a white male, but with some notably different features. Firstly, a crown of thorns that grows from his head and encircles it, as well as two thin horns towards the middle of his forehead. He holds with him a book, a tome with a almost what looks like a squid head on the front that seems to be moving, as well as a staff in his right hand with the same moving tentacle thing moving, and as well as a shield on his back with the same face. He walks in and says, "Oh, that was a different ride than I was expecting."
Welcome to the party.
Welcome. I was sent here. I was told I was be getting some aid. I assume that's you guys. He looks at the party.
That
You know
might
him?
not be a good idea.
And
Wait, aren't you a
looked back at
god?
the traveler,
I am.
and I was
You just don't. You just have visitors that come into your
Normally,
domain,
no.
nilly willy.
No, actually.
Who the fuck are you, guy? I say as I mage hand point to Yone's character.
he'll mage hand kind of move it out of the way.
Oh, counter to the mage hand.
But this mage hand is a very dark purple tentacle that reaches out of the right side of his shoulder. He'll kind of nudge it away. My father sent me here. He said that you, point to the traveler, also had something for me.
He points to himself. Me? Well.
Yes.
Aren't I just bashful and happy and giddy all at the same time? So, who is the father you speak of?
Shit, did I? Oh, yeah. My father. Is that something you really need to know?
Well, honestly, I'm just trying to find a way to get the conversation going.
Well, if you must. Oh shoot, I forgot to say, he's been speaking kind of out of his mind also.
And in here, it's audible to all.
Yeah, we'll say that.
Yeah.
But he will specifically say the name to the Watcher, but out of ears for everyone else.
Very well. As there's a weird pause between the two, and then there's a noticeable shift from a surprised traveler to a why? A confused as why would he think to send you to me? If I remember correctly, we weren't friends. None of his kind and well, the people I worked with were allies. So it's weird to. What is?
We're aware of that. We have something for you. In return, we want something back. As he reaches, oh shoot, I don't know if this is like a canon thing, like the DM tokens or whatnot.
I mean, however you want to play
But
it.
he's going to reach into himself almost, it looks like, as he like kind of cracks his skin almost like glass and reaches in and pulls out 6 golden coins with a certain emblem on them, probably the same face that's on his stuff, on his staff and on his shield, as well as little dots and grooves in it, in a very specific language, and mage hand them over to the Watcher.
It falls into his hand, and he kind of looks at it, picks ones up, and bites into it as it shatters and absorbs into him. Oh, you found bits of my power. Very well. What do you desire? Using this little bit, I can grant you a portion of it back to you. In what form? Skill, knowledge, power?
Of the above. 3 for 6.
Very well. So basically, to all the people listening in, a DM token, when you find the traveler, you can exchange them because they are bits of his power for improvements of your character. You can get a feat, you can get an ASI, you can get knowledge that you should not have. You can even change your class. Or even if you have enough, which it takes a lot, gain a level. And DM tokens are granted to players for exceptional RP, being a good sport, helpful and just overall being a really good player. It's my way of rewarding good, proactive and productive behavior. And normally it's used to re-roll stuff or survive a killing blow, but if you save it, you might get the chance to improve one character. And this is what has happened. As the rest of you watch this exchange, you watch is almost like wisps of golden and silver light emanate away from the traveler as new paths are found, and he pulls the string of each one, pulling it and tying it to this individual who stands with the rest of you. Basically pulling paths that he would have to travel in time and possibly run his time short in life. Those paths have now been gifted to him, as if he had walked them. Oh, well, that's, he wipes off his hands. That's been done. Now I just need a whole lot more power to get out of this prison. So, yeah, back to what we were talking about, if you don't mind staying and joining. I was about to explain to them what I meant by God, and you kind of already somewhat understand, yes. I guess. So,
an interesting story. I'd love to hear it again.
Do you guys looks at the rest of the party? Do you guys know of the gods? Is the god still worshipped out there?
We have spirits.
Yeah, the spirit of talent.
He looks like
who I worship.
He looks like super irritated the moment you say the word spirit.
I think this.
Do we know if this land has elementals?
You were told that this land worships elementals. That Valor's worships elementals.
Which means Kane just fucking slipped.
Yep. Well, it's a good thing there's only one other person here. He's going to let you, as you start to stutter. If you're worried about your little Jello companion, I don't think he made it through the ride super well.
What?
He's a puddle.
I'm immediately looking for Spot.
He's a puddle in the ground with a little limp Jello hand raising up.
No.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Can you fix him?
I mean, I can, but that would be. I mean, once you leave, he should be fine. Just most of the time, anything that is magically monitoring doesn't do super well in here.
Oh, okay. I guess that makes sense.
Oh, I mean, I'm pretty sure if you stay here too long, he'll die.
Oh, that's concerning.
Yeah. By the way,
you'd
for
ask
all of the viewers, that's who they are currently talking to.
You'd asked if there were gods, and the only mention of gods that we encountered was when we went to a church that mentioned the god of light and darkness, I think, and that's where he got his sword. Points at Triboy.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Agnes out, and I'm gonna be like,
he perks
any
up
of this
immediately.
Ring a bell to you?
He yells out, Themis! As Agnes goes, fuck what, mate? Excuse me, who'd you call me? Themis. Your name? No, it's Agnes.
Themis? What kind of name is that?
I know, right? Well, I mean, he points and gestures. He gets real close and just kind of points at the sword. This is the god of redemption, justice, and fertility, Themis.
It's a sword.
Trevor is just staring at Agnes, and he, again, one of those moments where he's just kind of stuck in a loop, and he's like, I'm sorry, fucking what?
Oh my gosh. Okay, so you all don't.
He just looks at Lamia and is like, you're not a god, are you?
inside your head, you hear no.
Okay.
I'm far from a god. Yeah, he goes, oh,
That's
the
actually
traveler
comforting.
just kind of like puts his hand to his head. Oh, so you all know like absolutely nothing. Okay, well, I mean, clearly if Themis, Agnes, whatever you want to be called these days, is with you, you must be the party that's the heroes that have been kind of like, fate has chosen thee to, bring the gods forth once again. All that hocus pocus mumbo jumbo. Anyways, so where should we begin? Do you want the beginning? Do you want like the super fast summary? Or do you want the detail shit?
Can we get a medium summary?
Honestly, a medium summary sounds pretty good.
Trevor kind
I
of
wanna
raises
know
his
why you
hand
call me
very
Thomas.
slowly, and he goes, I would kind of like the details because he did just call our cleric after the name of her god, I guess is the term, and that's more than a little troubling and confusing, and I would very much like an explanation.
Well, okay, so let's begin from the beginning.
I'm not very smart.
Most paladins aren't. Anyways, rolling back the ages to long before my whole imprisonment here and the war, anyways, back before then, this world, this land, was once governed and ruled over and looked after by gods. Gods of different domains and alignments, everything from lawful good to chaotic evil. These gods basically had from a very early age, they did tend to get into arguments with each other. Certain gods didn't like each other, but there was one person who did. He followed all the gods, basically. It's known as the champion. Anyways, just keep his name into it. He was basically favored by all the gods. A hero who stopped calamities constantly. Now, moving forward, the spirits, which clearly you peeps worship wherever you come from, and the elementals decided to band together because they had enough of this world not belonging to them, despite them being born from it or being used to create it in their respective avenues. They fought with the gods, however, they were unsuccessful for a very long time. This war was fought kind of in the background. During this time, the world kind of fell into chaos, and the champion had constantly, there's his name again, see, told you to look out for it, had constantly called for them to do something, the gods. But because they were busy and he was not sure of it, or like what was going on, he thought that the gods had abandoned the people of the living of the world. And this left him vulnerable to being tricked by the elementals and the spirits to side with them. And him being the favorited by all the gods, he was the only mortal accepted into the realm of the gods. Had the key, as some would say. And he opened the gates, catching the gods in their own turf, unaware, and it was a very bloody battle. Let's see here. Hold on. He reaches into like a void, a sparking void, and pulls out a book and opens it up. Sorry, I had to write a lot of this down. I'm terrible with memory.
Trevor is just sitting there, like leaning forward, giving him his absolute rapt attention. It's like a child listening to a story right now.
Here we go. Are you all following? Well, that guy's definitely following. Are you all following still?
I'm trying.
There's a guy that that the gods like, yeah.
Oh yeah, you know, betrayed them, opened the door. You know, if they flooded in, you know, fought a lot of the gods, killed some of them, and blah blah blah. Pushed them, and then pushed them out of the realm. And with the power of their realm that they owned and controlled, broke it down and used it as power to completely seal this world off, this realm off from all other realms, from the Feywild, the Shadowfell, from the Astral Sea, from, you know, the Abyss, from, you know, the Infernos, all of that. All of it's been sealed away, to where it's just two planes, the living and the dead, which is just a mirror realm, which is where the spirits reside along with a lot of the dead. But before all of this happened, the creator god, well, you could call him more than a god. He is the source of creation. As he says this, Trevor, your mind kind of clicks, because your god, your deity, called himself the source of vengeance.
Right.
So, he's kind of like, the traveler continues, he's above all things. They were there before anything existed. The only things that truly existed with them, which came slightly after them, were the beings of the Eldritch realm. They were the almost like, because there was something of existence, they themselves existed. There needed to be like a balance of rules in the world, almost like a counter, where there is a god, there's a source of creation, there is a source of unraveling. Looks over to the other guy, which he goes, I'm not gonna say anything about that. Okay, yeah, you tell him in your own time. Anyways,
I'll be giving him kind of a not stern look, but like a look.
A look. Anyways, this source of creation, or what we like to call the creator god, he knew what was coming. However, being the god of creation, I think at least my opinion, they understood, you know, if a volcano erupts, burns everything, all the forest down, it makes the new forest greener, stronger. And so I think he let it happen. What a damn fucking dick. Anyways, he pulled 7 gods aside. 7 very noble gods, of different selections, and had them create a group that descended upon the mortal realm, sacrificing their godhood to survive the push, the exodus, the exile. I kind of just did similar, where I kind of like let go some of my power, because I mean, I can't let go all of it because of a stupid contract that I got into, which is why I'm a god. Anyways, I just kind of took the people who didn't want to be a part of the war, and we built a little area in the center of one of the far west of the continent. I mean, the far west of the continent. However, the elementals and the freaking elementals and spirits didn't really like that, so they grabbed my power that I was releasing and used it to create this prison and bury all of those who followed me beneath sands. He's silent for a moment, clenching his fist. Anyways,
Sif is going to look around and then mage hand his hand up like he has a question to ask.
Yes, weird dog talking thing.
Honestly, after this day, I'm gonna let that slide.
You should.
2 personal questions. Actually, 1 personal question, 1 normal question. What was the name of this champion?
You know, I don't actually remember.
I hope you remember the
searched through
second
his
question.
books. Yeah, I don't think I wrote it down. He was kind of a thing before I got here.
Well, think about the whole before you got here and your god and all that.
Mm-hmm.
What were the deals of your contract?
Oh, see.
And Sif smiles ear to ear after he says that.
I don't really remember the actual details. However, it was a deal between me and the creator god. He wanted to gift me with power because I was the first to ever travel into their realm. See, I used to be able to, like, I had master planar travel, and so I kind of bounced around different planes and different times of the planes, doing the
And what did you have to do for this god?
Oh, it was a trick. I'm just gonna say this, that it was a trick. I regret every second of signing that contract. He did not want me being able to move through his world freely and out of his world and teach others to do it. So he tricked me with power, and I was dumb enough to accept. And I found that after I had agreed, a god cannot leave their their realm of existence. So I'm stuck here. You know, I have two kids. And I would love to go back to see them if they're alive. I mean, I'd have to go back in time, but I can't do that because I'm here. Anyways, so I got beef. I got beef with all three sides. Anyways, so does that answer your question?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay. Back to it. Oh fuck, where was I?
You got imprisoned. You got imprisoned. They buried the people who are with you, followed you.
Yep. Anyways, that's why I'm here. But the others are hidden. And points to the sword. Your friend there is one of them. When he must have chosen to become a sword because, I don't know, paladin crap. He was big into paladins. He had a lot of paladins at one point. Agnes speaks up like, that Trevor, that makes a lot of sense actually. Every person who's willed in me was a paladin, basically.
I'm gonna look at him. I'm gonna be like, "Did you tell me, God?"
I didn't know I was a god. I still don't believe it.
What about her? And he'll point to Sifina.
Oh, she's an artificial Azamar.
What?
You know what an Azamar is, right?
Yes, I know.
Okay.
I know.
You're
Azamar,
artificial. You're what would be classified as the closest a spirit or elemental can get to an Azamar. The original Azamar are technically like blessed children, or in a way they had a diva, or a deva, or what you would call an angel's child. In some planes I come from, they're called Nephilim. But in this one, they are called Asmar, but you are what a spirit or elemental, I guess, could call it. But you are actually, at the same time, not, because what gave up its life for you was a god. Well, at least one half of a god. Yeah. So you are basically the life side of Tenelith is riding inside you like a meat suit. You and her are kind of the same thing now. I wouldn't say you're a god, but you're definitely the vessel for one.
Okay,
or at least half of one.
You're telling me that the god, spirit, deity that I have been worshiping
That's a straight god, yeah.
Okay, it was a spirit in my. Okay,
no,
anyway.
It's not a spirit, it's a god.
No, in my head that I grew up with knowing, I didn't know it was a god. So, okay, god.
Really good hide. But,
I'm confused. So you're saying that the god that I worshipped all my life has been inside of me? Or what?
It's like, think of it like your soul and the essence that makes up that half of the god has kind of just merged into one.
But I'm not.
Suddenly you hear a ringing of a bit of a sound like a female hushing somebody echo through the hall. All right. Don't want me to tell her. I wasn't going to tell her that part, but okay.
I'm so confused.
Sif is gonna mage hand poke Cyphina.
Ow! What was that for?
Checks out. She seems like a meatbag.
I mean,
Hey, gonna smack the hand.
I'm sure she'll figure it out eventually. He seems to be having a conversation with this voice that can't be heard. Fine, I won't tell her. Yeah, damn. All right. Anyways, what I can tell you is that there is a.
God, guys.
What?
Anyways, what I can tell you is there is another half who is also currently riding in a meat suit. The death half of Teneleth. It should be a male if you're the female.
Why is this like something that Tenelith was cursed with, or something like how you're imprisoned here? Is that what the gods decided?
Okay, so the gods didn't decide this. The gods don't decide.
Oh.
Crap. There's only 7, and Tenelith is not one of them. There are a few aspects of death. They govern. There are 3 technically. They govern different avenues of death. It's like you have to be. First, you have to meet the guides, what would be called a psychopomp, right? They guide you and tell you when your time is. Grim Reapers. They're basically there to say, it's your time to die. Then they take you to the next, which judges you. And this judgment is based upon scales, points and nods, like Tenelith. And then after is the Keeper of the Dead. He rules over the realm of the dead, and certain souls can be blessed. Well, back when gods were a thing, he would send the souls where they belonged and kept those in torment if they didn't belong in anywhere good. But now there's just 2 realms. I guess they're all just floating around in the afterlife, like a giant second life. You live in the undead realm, and you live in the dead realm like you would in the. I don't know how that works, but yeah, you're what you would call the middle aspect. You're the judge.
Judge? Okay.
You determine if their life is worth anything, and this is basically weighed upon your scales. And when somebody dies that they shouldn't have, your scales tell that. And back in the good old days, Tenelith used to be able to give power of resurrection, and a lot of their clerics were supposed to go around keeping the balance of life and death and bringing back those who were not meant to die. Yeah, all that stuff back in the good old days. Anyways, you're not one of the 7, so you don't need to worry about that. But also, at the same time, I wouldn't get too big of a head because you're not technically a god, though. In order for Tenelith to become a god again, you need to either free the other side of you, that's probably in a meat suit too, and then free her, or there's different aspects. Like the death side probably needs to be freed by death. Life probably needs to be, freed by a. I don't know.
Yes. Life? How would that happen?
That's a good question. Maybe if I had more in my power, I could answer that, but I don't. Anyways, I could see the paths as they were. But yeah, anyways, yeah, there are 7 others. I don't know which ones those are, though, because I was not, except for one, because me and him were buddies. Themis. Agnes just kind of goes, weird dude that we just met.
Bro, I don't even know you.
Look, all right. I think I've talked long enough now. Yeah. Do you feel like you're? Oh yeah. The only way oh my goodness. I forgot the most important thing. The only way the gods can come back is if true heroes defeat are truly shown, and there is basically a figurehead, the the one who betrayed must be slain by true heroes. If that helps you to understand anything. That's about all I can really remember being said by that dude over there. Maybe if he gets his memories back, he'll remember.
How can we get his memories back?
So we need to, if we are these heroes, we need to basically hunt down this person that betrayed the gods and kill him?
Yeah. Also, but the only ones who can actually kill him, because the one who betrayed is cursed with never dying. No matter how many times he is killed, he just gets back up. Except if he's killed by people who are mortals, who are deemed true heroes.
So no pressure.
Oh yeah, definitely not.
Then
just don't
very
go
good
evil,
chance
you know what I mean?
that we're not the right ones and he'll slaughter us.
Well, there is that chance.
Is there like a chance? Is there like a test we could take to?
Well, I mean, he took one. Each god has a test. And
Trevor, do you remember taking a god test?
Yeah,
that was a trials he took.
I'm guessing that was probably why I'm able to have Agnes, Themis. Which would you prefer to go by, mate?
He just kind of like goes silent for a second. Honestly, at this moment, I don't remember being Themis, but clearly that's not my name. You know, at this point, just call me whatever. You know, I don't really.
I'll stick with Agnes for now until you're more comfortable with the idea of you maybe possibly being a god.
I mean, my ego tells me to accept that right away, but to be honest, I don't know if I should. Anyways, the traveler goes, alrighty, now that I've explained everything that I written down in this book, as he throws it goes into another sparking void and disappears. I think that's about it. So, hey, you guys want tea? I can't make any. If you brought some, that'd be awesome. It's been a really long time. As the door behind you shows up again, and then this door frame looks identical to the one Yone that your character came in from. But well, that door doesn't stay here forever. Do you guys got anything like that, dude? I feel some of my power on you. I can kind of do the same thing. Do you want? I can.
Can you get your power off of me? Honestly, I don't. I not to be disrespectful or anything, but
to be fair, I don't know where you found it. So.
I don't know where to put it either. I'm kind of afraid to ask you to grab it now.
Well, I mean, do you want me to grab it, or I mean, that guy over there grabbed it himself.
How did you do that?
Yeah, let's start there.
You don't know how, and he's going to mage hand, go for Sif and attempt to reach inside.
As the mage hand shatters through his figure like glass, there's cracks running down him. The mage hand pulls out what looks to be bird feathers that glow that same power, but they seem to be small, little bird feathers.
I'm gonna mage hand those feathers out of his fucking tentacles.
There's some of my power. They all take kind of things that closely are held dear or are a desire or something like that. You know, his had a weird tentacle dude on it. Yours is feathers for some reason.
Let me apologize. You know what? Because I was gonna walk through that door thinking that you were just a crazy guy and maybe we were seeing shit. We bumped our head too much. I think I'm a believer now.
You did almost blow up, and you did. Well, let's just say a part of Denza, at least that's what my magic said that you were from. By the way, thanks. 10 left points at Syphina. First time I got to use that in a long time. Anyways, it's gone now.
Like
wait,
the whole...
what?
No, just that section, like a pretty good chunk, is just gone.
Oh no.
Like
that's not good.
I'm pretty sure there were a few small hamlets in the area. By the way,
just
this
kind
is
of
when you guys
glares at the
realize.
bow.
This is when you guys all realize that the artificer, the old man artificer,
Just going
and
to
the
ask
other
that.
guy is standing behind all of you, like their brain has just melted.
Oh God.
Oh fuck! I forgot you were here.
That later.
Like everything they just heard just melted their brain. They have just been standing there unblinking for a while now.
Is he gonna be all right?
Oh, I think that's called brain explosion.
Aneurysm.
Sure. Is that the medical term for it? Yeah, he just had an aneurysm.
Oh no.
Pretty sure he's gonna need healing.
Pretty sure that means they're dead, though.
Oh, well, I mean, they haven't been blinking for a while, but I think that one's breathing panically. So maybe not aneurysm.
The dead don't walk, Kane. I say sarcastically.
I beg to differ.
Anyways, back to it. Do you want to use any of those power? You give back any of that power? He seems really wanting the power back.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure. Okay. And Trevor's just gonna kind of start trying to reach his hand into his own chest.
For a
to pull it
moment,
out.
there's just like a ting as you hit your armor. Agnes just
I don't
goes,
think you're trying hard
Hey,
enough.
buddy, can you just use some magic? That's probably what's gonna need it.
Oh shit! Right.
Divine smite yourself or something. I don't know.
No,
I'm going to.
I wouldn't do that.
I'm going to.
Like you're the dumbass for not knowing this.
Yeah, I'm gonna use healing, my lay on hands on myself.
Okay, that will work. What do your representation of the coins look like?
It comes out as a coin with one side has the face of his mother, and then the other side, for each coin that he pulls out, it's one of his sisters.
Very well. So yes, let's just use the same conversion rate I did for him. I need to keep a good portion of my power back, so I do appreciate that. Also, if you could spread the word of the traveler and give me worshipers, that would help. Anyways, yeah, become a cult for me. I mean, a religion of me. Anyways, let's go past that. Act like I do
both the same thing.
So for a skill, basically, this is DM flavoring. For a feat, it's going to cost you 2. For an ASI, it's going to cost you 4. For a class, for a level, it's going to cost you 8. And what's the other? For knowledge that you wouldn't normally have, it'll cost you 6. But this knowledge that you wouldn't normally have could be anything in your along your path, or that you will most likely never run into. Basically, he can answer a question as if he is the DM. But yeah, so just let me know how many you use, and then we'll deal with all of that later.
Yeah, I'm using 2.
Very well.
Sifina is going to use.
For
4.
Sifina, yeah, yeah. Are you?
Although,
Are you
how many
getting...
do I need to use?
So for what we talked about, it'll use 2 to change it up.
Okay, so.
And
2,
then
4, okay.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I guess I can only use 4 because I have 5, but I can't. I can't use 3. That's all. Yeah.
All right.
So.
He kind of just goes, oh, hey, yeah. So you know me as the Traveler. I kind of lost my name or my right to use my original name when I became a god. So call me Traveler, because that was the name given to me, like Themis. I'm the Traveler, god of travels. Isn't that Creative. Anyways, what are all your names?
I'm Scythina. Oh, well,
Yeah,
yes,
no,
I'm Scythina.
you are Scythina. At this current moment, you could still see Scythina and Tenelith. That's technically different. It's your souls that are kind of intertwined. So they are still separate, but still together.
Still confusing.
It's like you're holding hands. You're
okay.
Yeah, there. That's the best way I could put that. Yeah. So Scythina.
I'm Trevor.
Awesome. Nice to meet you, Trevor. Be very, very violent with Themis for me. Smack him a lot. Maybe it'll bring back some good old memories of the good old days. Anyways, yeah, because if you guys find your way back here again, I'd really like to talk to my old friend. Anyways, yes, so Trevor, Scythina.
I'm Kane.
Awesome, Kane. And who is with you? The bow. Who dat?
And you just kind of looks at it.
Is it the bow, not the dog?
Okay with me?
Oh.
Say if it was mage hand way better when he puts it down.
Yeah, the bow, you just get a quiet sure.
Her name is Lamia.
Awesome. Sounds familiar for some reason. Anyways, yeah, so we got Kane, Scythina, Trevor, Agnes, Themis, Lamia. What are you? Points at the dog. They keep saying Sif, or is that your name?
I hope so. If not, then my mother must have fucking named me something else.
I do get a lot of fey magic coming off of you, and not the kind that you would want to have on you, like a curse. So that might be some weird fey magic-y crap. You should definitely go to the Phelan Woods in Alfrain. Titania might be one of the 7, and she could help you out.
Sif like narrows his eyes on him. Thanks. I was planning that. I was gonna bring it to the party's attention, but glad you could do it for me.
Gotta travels. He puts 2 thumbs up.
Again, and then I hand him I mage hand him over to the bird feathers. Make me more faster. I feel like I'm gonna need a run.
Oh. Okay, there's a joke here from another realm, but I'm not gonna use it. What about you, dude with the dad that I don't know why wants to be involved with me?
You can call me Zoe.
That is definitely a name that he would pick. Anyways, all right. Nice to meet all of you. I do have one thing to say. I apologize for the thing on the other side of that door. As suddenly the door consumes you and shuts.
Oh, I wanted to give him 6, by the way.
Thank you.
I just didn't know what mine was gonna look like.
As there's a bright flash of light, you suddenly find yourself stumbling onto a solid floor. Noise outside can be heard as you are still blinded and getting your sight back. A little bit of motion sickness as it felt like you just traveled like thousands of miles in an instant. There seems to be carts, horses, people. It sounds like people calling out prices for things and items. Something about peaches, cabbages. Then you start
Danny's
to get
hemorrhoid cream.
You start to get a weird smell, a musky, mildewy smell as your sight is slowly returned to you. As you are in a strange shop with potion bottles lining shelves and flora lining and falling from the ceilings and the shelves, overgrowing in this sickly green glow. As you hear "It's good to see you again."
Trevor immediately just blurts out, God's
Are you fucking kidding me?
Hey adventurers, thanks for tuning in. Remember to smash that like and subscribe button, and don't forget to give some love to your bards.